I wanted to make a video because I'm at McKinney Falls State Park in Austin. I've left my campsite and I'm enjoying a little walk along the little river. And the reason I'm making this video, and there'll be more, is I'm at a crossroad. I'm at a moment in my life. I'm resetting. And now I'm considering selling my condo and making a very large change, and there's a lot of reasons for that. And so I'm here to get closer to my baseline to make a big decision, and it's worked. I tell you what, I stayed here last night and it did work. My intention, as it's always been, is to be honest, genuine. I want that and appreciate that in others. So I feel like if we want that, we need to do it ourselves. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to share some things that are, they're pretty personal. So this isn't going to be all about the channel, of course. It's about various things. So the short of what's happening is a few years ago, I sold my company. A tree healthcare specialty company is what it was. And I am considering and looking at selling my condo, and this is the journey for that. And why would I be doing this? I tell you, I want a life full of nature, full of this. And being an arborist for 17 years has been my way to do that while also living in the city. But I want more of what I love the most. I want to be closer to nature, and there's things that I want to do that are more in alignment with me, and I want to do more of that. I'm done with that hustle that just seems to be draining, and there's times for it, and it's great. I believe in hustling and trying and working our butts off, no doubt. But it needs to, for me at least, and I think most of us, it needs to be for something we believe in, something we want. I don't just, I have a hard time just doing something for money because my heart needs to be in it. And I'm just shedding all of the ideas that I've had since I was young. I always thought I would be lavishly well-to-do. And it's not been that. And I thought I failed. And a lot of times, and ultimately what it came down to is what my priorities were. That actually wasn't my priority. It was other things, connection and appreciating experiences and people, animals. And I was only willing to trade so much. And I've tried to do both. I couldn't figure out how. I know it can be done. I'm not saying it can't, but I couldn't figure it out. And I'm following my heart is what I'm doing. I'm following my heart. I'm following my body and my heart and soul. Being out in nature and wild places and working with crafts and people and trees and improving skills, craftsmanship, those are my things. And I just want more of it. I just can't. I don't want to keep doing it anymore of the doing it to make a living. Other things are way more important to me. And I'm reaching for those again, and I'm going after it. And I'm not just talking about it, I'm wanting to do it. And just so you know, so what you can kind of expect still, I'm still going to be doing my outdoor adventures, looking at places and documenting them, so you can watch that if you're interested. There's so many beautiful places everywhere. Outdoor gear, there's things that work and things that don't. I like to kind of share that because it's helped me over the years when people do that. If you want to learn about trees, you like the tree lessons, some interesting random tree nuggets, I'm totally going to be doing that. I'll do some things just on that at times too, just a specific topic that has to do with trees. And if you're interested in this life change that I'm having, it's a massive movement. If you're interested in that, that's going to be here too, because I think it's good to share, and I think it's good to learn from others. So maybe what I say in any of these topics will be very helpful to you. if you will do me a favor, and a lot of others a favor, let me know what you're kind of more interested in. If you're interested more in learning about trees and specific ways to help them, or interesting things about trees, endless. Or if you're more interested in unique places around the country, certain states, or historical things, and you're interested in camping gear or gear that makes that possible and safe, let me know. And if you're more interested in this life transition and what this is, and adjusting to new times are different. We are really all adjusting. So if you want more of that, let me know. You know, I'm an arborist, and I specialize in tree healthcare. That's what I've been doing for 17 years. And I can't help but see that in trees, to see how they're doing, their body language. It's loud like a horn. And as I'm talking about myself getting things right because my body isn't doing well, or I mean, it's okay, but there's things that have shown up that's going to be all right. But my body's showing me that I've been stressed out. And trees do the same thing in their own way. It's harder to do blood work for trees, but as I'm walking this trail, I mean, I'm looking at these beautiful babies. We've got some cedar elms right here, and something that's been done that's real important is they've exposed the root flares right here. And you can see how it's dug out like that. They either used an air spade, maybe they did it by hand, but those root flares right here, we need to see that. Right here, we should be seeing the root flares. That is one of the things, and it's a big one. When the root flares are covered, like here's one right there. This right here, we get all kinds of things. We get girdling roots. The biology of the tissue here is different. It will rot if it had already had the root flares here and the soil has been brought in, or from erosion, because we are by this beautiful river here. And when it floods, it brings in debris, covers the root flares. They'll activate these dormant buds that will shoot off in various directions, roots. And instead of going away from the trunk, many do, but some don't. And as the tree gets larger, it'll strangle it. So you can water a tree properly, fertilize it when it needs to be, if the soil needs it, prune it properly, do all these things great. Even keep construction off the entire root zone. Those are paramount. But if the root collars are covered and they start to get girdling roots, that will absolutely kill a tree, restricting of the vascular flow, and then rot. So I'm just saying that partly to bring awareness, because I want to do that. And we are so much like trees that if our fundamental basics are not covered, we just don't survive well. We don't do well. And we can do all the fancy things for a tree. We can foliar spray them with all kinds of stuff. We can inject them with nutrients, and sometimes that's needed, but we really need to figure out why something's wrong in the first place. And there's usually something wrong. Like when we go to the doctor, there's something that's fundamentally wrong that's being overlooked. Same with life for us. I could do things to make my body feel and be better on paper, but fundamentally there's something else going on, and I am fixing what's wrong. And lots of times that's a lot harder, which is why my business was such a wonderful challenge. It was needed, and I did what was very hard. And it's easy to put a patch on things, and someone in, say, a case like mine, feeling like things need to change or something's not right, I could buy something, I could try to get a new hobby. I'm all about my hobbies, but it's a band-aid a lot of times, and I don't want to do band-aids. I mean, literally, my profession is against just putting band-aids on things. I like to fix the real thing. So again, if I'm going to tell homeowners and property owners what to do for their trees, and I know what they need, I need to be able to do the same thing for myself. I need to do it, and I'm going to treat myself like I would treat a tree that I love. Which actually saying that makes me realize I'll treat a tree way better than myself. But anyway, this is important stuff, so I thought I'd document it a little bit more. And check this out. This is beautiful. That's good for the heart. All right, I'll wrap it up with that. And I'm glad y'all are going to be a part of this with me. It's a big deal, and I'm excited about sharing some of this. All right, I'll see y'all soon.